Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling tune-up Tuesday. Yes, we didn't make it on again this morning. We are trying. But hey, mornings seem to be getting a little hectic now, and I haven't figured out why. So we're working on that issue. Anyway, how was your tune-up Tuesday? What tune-ups did you get to do today? Did you get to listen to some great tunes when you were working? Did you get to dance around? Did you make some changes, tweak some changes to systems and processes? Did you find something that wasn't working and needed to figure out how to make it work? My tune-up today was I got to have a meeting with my mentor today. In fact, I got off the call about 45 minutes ago. I had a great call. Love talking with my mentor. So his task that he had tasked me with last time, which was to go big, worked really well. And yeah, we got told to go bigger. But also too is that he gave me a perspective. He looked at my mind map and where it was and everything else, and we talked through some things. And he says, "Okay," he says, "now this is just me." He says, "This is what I see coming up for you." And so we talked about that, and I was like, "Okay, I kind of get that, yeah." And then he'd say some things, and I was like, "Yeah, but I was sort of like thinking of this," and he's sort of like, "Yeah, but I was thinking this way." So we're actually kind of thinking different ways about what's happening with this mind map and different ideas, because all I had in there was just I had the different business entities in there that would be under this one umbrella, what different things would involve. And he says, "Oh, can you add this and this to there as well?" And I'm sort of like, "Yeah, I can do that." And he says, "Oh, and don't forget this or this." So he was looking through it from the perspective of he knows my business very well, and he knows where I want to take it. And so he was talking to me about that, and I got notes. Thankfully, we recorded the call, so I can go back and get more notes. But it was a good sit down, chat, and tune in to where his wavelengths were with this idea and where my wavelengths were, and coming up with that happy ground and sharing of ideas, which I absolutely love. So that was my tune-up Tuesday, was spending time with my mentor, just going over, hey, this is what I came up with. I got the assignment, I ran with it, and this is what I came up with. And so it was actually kind of cool. And of course, yes, I do have to go bigger, which I told you guys would happen. It did. So it was really cool. And he gave me some more ideas on, starting to move forward, starting to tighten up a little bit. But at the same time, leaving the concepts large, but tightening up and narrowing in on those concepts. Instead of talking broad terms, start talking more specific terms with those concepts. So it's going to be fun moving forward. And so then I was sort of like, afterwards I had to decompress a little bit. So I love to go just go on something like Amazon and just go browsing, like window shopping. And just typing in different terms and seeing what pops up. And like if you go in there and you type in weird, you get some really cool stuff that comes up, and you're sort of like, what the heck is that? And today I saw this thing that had, and I've posted a post on my Facebook page about it, but there was these hands with these black things like over the forefinger, over the thumb, and it had these like beams coming out of them. And I was sort of like, is that sort of like some spray? Because all it was just a little thumb. On the Facebook page, it is a bigger picture. I'm talking a little thumbnail that was on one of those carousel thingamybobs that you get on Amazon, where it's just the picture, no titles, no descriptions, and you see these two fingers, and they got like the stuff coming out of the thumb and out of the forefinger, and I'm like, that's some sort of, why would you have a spray thing on your fingers? And I thought maybe it goes with some superhero or supervillain costume or something. And so I clicked on it, I just started laughing. I thought, I never would have thought that. Just shows you where my mind goes. So you'd have to go and look at it on my Facebook page and click on the link to see what it actually is. Although most of you could probably tell just by looking at the picture, because it's a decent sized picture, whereas on the Amazon it's just this little thumbnail thing, and it gave it a totally different perspective. But that was kind of fun. But it's always interesting going and just browsing around Amazon to see what comes up and see what they bring up for me, because I go and look at such weird things, and it's kind of interesting to see, because I have my browsing history turned off. But they still somehow managed to, well, you purchase this and you purchase that. Let's show you more of that, or let's show you the exact same thing. And it's like, that was a one-time purchase. Why would I need 2 of those? Why would I need more of that? But they show it to me anyway. And I'm so like, this is really weird. But then they bring up other stuff based on some of my search terms, even though my browsing history is turned off. So it's kind of interesting to see what they come up with as well. And these little finger thumb things with the spray things coming out was one of those things. So like, that's interesting. They've got some very interesting notebooks as well. I looked at this one and it was actually Post-its that all had tabs on them. So there were different tab sizes, so you could put them in your thing and have the tabs sticking out. And I was like, Postaholic here. But I did not get them. No, I left them there. I was like, yep, no, I really don't need those right now. I have plenty of, I have a whole basket full of Post-its under the seat over there in the drawer at the bottom. So I was like, yeah, I really don't need those. But yeah, so looking at restarting some things that I have done in the past and revitalizing them and bringing them back to life. So I want you guys to stay tuned, because there's going to be some cool stuff coming up, which may include things like podcasts with guests, may have something to do with once in a lifetime opportunities, may have something to do with, what else was on there? I can't remember now. Just those 2 things just to entice you right now. But we may be doing something with podcasts. We may be doing something with once in a lifetime opportunities. So stay tuned, because there's going to be some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Probably won't be talking about it much this week. I'll probably just be hinting towards it. But this weekend I have planned on what I am going to be working on. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And now that places are starting to open up for travel again, yeah, there's going to be some very different experiences about to start happening. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. You never know what we're going to come up with. I have a very vivid imagination, a lot of creativity, so you never know. Anyway, I got a DOG that wants to go for a WALK. In fact, she just jumped off the dash. Oh, that was funny. She was laying on the floor, and she kind of reached over and picked up something. And I go, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, this piece of fluff just drops out of her mouth, and she looks at me like, nothing. I'm like, where'd that bit of fluff come from? And she just looks around, and she's looking up and around. She's not looking down at the ground. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mom. So anyway, but go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and get ready. It's going to be a phenomenal week. We have Winning Wednesday tomorrow, so start thinking on, what are your wins for the week? What things are you going to be celebrating? Because you should be celebrating your wins as they occur, so that you remember the wins, you remember that feeling, and you can help that feeling keep you moving forward. Anyway, I'm out of here for now, so go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. I got to take a DOG for WALK. Oh my gosh, she's learned to spell. She just came off the thing again. Hi, sweetie girl. Are you getting smart and learning to spell? Maybe that's what I should use the buttons for. Have each button being a letter, and you can just spell out the words. She's got a tail wagging. Who knows? No, that'll take her too long. But that would be a cool thing to try and teach her, how to spell words. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. But anyway, we're going for a walk. She just jumped off the dashboard again. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. Hey, konara.